Hello and welcome to Train Sim World 3, where today we are on the Southeastern high speed, but in a TGV Duplex. As you can see, we are just departing from St Pancras. You can see as we start to pull away there, you can see another TGV in the platform just to the side of us, and then obviously we've got some javelins, some 395s. So yeah, it should be a nice fun run. We're going to be going as far as we're going to go all the way to Ashford, so it's going to be a nice high-speed run today, and yeah, it should be really enjoyable. So hopefully you enjoy this one, and if you do, why don't you hit that like button and also subscribe. It really does make a big difference to the channel. And let's jump back in the cab. You can see we've got a Class 66 there hauling some wagons. One of the things to obviously mention is that as of Tuesday, once Midland Main Line releases, it will add a layer to St Pancras where we'll get to see the East Midlands train HST as an AI layer. So that will be really fun to see St Pancras a lot more busy and obviously a lot more true to life. So really looking forward to seeing that. Obviously this is going to be a real high speed run. At some points the Javelin really does struggle to maintain its speed, but with the TGV, I think we should be all right. This is going to be a straight run to Ashford, so there'll be no stops along the way, which is good stuff. We'll give it max power. So at the moment we're still under probably what we consider traditional AWS signalling. But as we enter the tunnels, we will transfer over to TVM. So you'll see the permitted speeds below there. This run should take us around, I think it said around 29 minutes, but I'm sure we can sort of speed things up. Hopefully, there we go. You can see we're permitted now to get up to 80. And hopefully, once we're there, we go up to 200. So let's use the full power of this TGV Duplex. Obviously, as we're in the tunnels on our way to our first station that we'll be flying through will be Stratford International. But that'll be fun to fly through that station at nearly, 120 miles, over 120 miles an hour. There we go, really picking up the speed. You can tell the acceleration is fantastic. I love what Dovetail Games are doing with this route. Obviously, we've had the recently released ROG Europhoenix Class 37, which adds the 37 doing drags of the 375 in various liveries, which is continues to add to the diverse gameplay. Obviously now we're on Southeastern high speed, so it's exactly the same route, but we're flying along at 120 odd miles an hour. Yet on the other hand, we could be dragging some units or doing some commuter services or some freight services even. It really is. There is real variety, and we also know that the recently announced Class 700 will also be coming to Southeastern high speed. So again, another bit of another loco, adding a bit more variety, and this is what I love. You can just we've also got the railhead treatment train, of course. So I think this really is starting to cement itself as I think as my favourite route, to be fair. I mean, we're flying along. As you can see, we've left St Pancras. This section isn't necessarily the most entertaining piece of scenery to look at, but once you get down into the more this kind of area of the map, you've obviously got the, I guess, more local lines, and then obviously you can continue on what is high speed 1 all the way down to Ashford, which is obviously going to be our end game at this point. So here we go. We can see us flying through Stratford, and we are up to our permitted 230 kilometers an hour, or 143 miles an hour. So yeah, as I was saying, there's real diversity, which just makes it so entertaining. I love it, absolutely love it. So I think and obviously, as I mentioned, as we were leaving St Pancras, the layer, although it's won't be drivable, just the addition of the AI to make St Pancras feel a lot more busy is I think is very welcomed and overdue, because I always thought St Pancras was a little quiet, but understandably we didn't have the East Midlands train HST at that point in the game, but I'm glad they've gone back and added it. It feels like this route is being a bit of a, I guess, a little bit of a proving ground to just see how many layers can be added to a route, it feels like, but I'm all for that, definitely. So are we about to, that was it was a little flash of daylight, but I don't think that's the exit quite yet. See, we're making tremendous progress, and hopefully we can hopefully go a little bit faster than 230. Maybe on the stretch between Ebbsfleet and Ashford, we can perhaps see what the top speed of this, or what we're permitted to do in this TGV. The obviously other thing is with the TGV is it has cruise control, so from a driving perspective it's far easier compared to the Javelin, which it's a little bit more tricky, obviously, because you're manually controlling the speed, and as you'll see on the stretch from Ebbsfleet to Ashford, it's it's quite up and down, so you do have to be careful and keep an eye on your speed, because it can quickly creep up, because there are quite some steep, quite hot, steep gradients going downhill. So it's good. I love it. Let me know what your favourite route is down in the comments below. I'm always interested to hear. And it looks like we might be popping out of this tunnel finally. There we go, and out we pop. Very nice. Still nice clear day. We're running in dynamic weather. I think this is, I've set the month to August, so it should be nice and clear as we hurtle past a 66 there. And some more 66s. Oh, a nice bit of freight there. Very nice. And it looks like that was an 08 as well that we just flew by as well. So the TGV layers in from the Marseille to Avignon route, which is it's a high-speed route. There is obviously only the one train. It's okay. It's good if you want to just sit back, relax, and do a real high-speed run. But yeah, it's just okay, I think, is my view on that route. But actually, giving it a layer into Southeastern high speed, I think this is obviously trying to replicate some of the Eurostar services that would obviously be running on this route. So it's a nice addition. I'm all for it. It means we can have properly, a real proper high-speed train on High Speed 1, so that's yeah, obviously a real positive, and it would be nice to have the Eurostar trains one day maybe lay into this route if they can get the license, because that really would complete the route, in my opinion, especially for the high speed section. So you never know. You never know. So cruising along still nicely at 142 miles an hour. It's no spec for this TGV Duplex. And we're just 37 miles to Ashford. So as you can see on the map, we're really starting to head towards Ashford now. We've probably done about a quarter of it so far. of the distance, I'd say, something like that. Maybe a third at a push. I wonder if the speed will increase or we will be stuck at 142. I'm sure it increases. Beautiful. Let's just have a look outside. As we see, I think that's the Dartford crossing, if I'm not much mistaken. You can see in the background there. Let's give a bit of a horn as we dive back into a tunnel. It's quite a squeaky horn. So we should be coming through Ebbsfleet very shortly. As we'll probably, as soon as we pop out of the tunnel here. Any moment now, he says. Come on, there's the exit. Go, and we'll be sticking to the left here. If you go off to the right, you can see that kind of little ramp up that will take you up to the higher level Ebbsfleet platforms, which then can go on towards Faversham. So if you were taking a class 3-9 service, that's where you'd be heading. But obviously as we're heading towards Ashford and continuing on high speed 1, we are staying on the lower levels, and we're obviously bypassing the lower level platforms. So as you can see, that's where you'd change to go head all the way down to Faversham down here. Looks like we're going to be getting a speed increase very shortly, actually. So we'll be heading up to 186 miles an hour. There we go. Although it's wanting us to slow, maybe? No, we're sticking at 230. Okay. It still wants us to stick it. Okay, we're at 230. We must be following something in front of us, I guess. We'll see what the next one is. 200, so let's put the speed selector down, and it will slow us down. I guess we're following something in front of us. Now we're back up to we'll keep it 200 for now, I think. 200 kilometers an hour, given that TVM is still warning us. We'll wait for the next signal and see what we get. I wanted to be hurtling all the way up to... let's look on the map a second. We must be following something in front of us, perhaps. Yeah, there it is. As you can see, it must be a 395, a Javelin. So I don't know we're going to be able to get up to our top speed. It's going to be a shame, because it's going to be... the next station really is Ashford. Unless what we might do is just bring it down a touch to allow it to allow the train in front of us to create a bit of a distance. That way. Let's just create a bit of distance. Whoa, release the brakes there. We'll keep it about 100 miles an hour for now. Hopefully that will build a bit of a gap. If not, we can come down a little bit more. And then we obviously don't keep, we'll stop being held back by TVM then. 270, let's just come down a little bit more. I want us to be able to get up to our top speed. Yeah, see 230, we're still chasing it. It must be really close in front of us. Yeah, 270 again, so we're still okay. We'll just cruise along at this speed for now, and then we'll absolutely punch it. Nice little cruise along. Means I could probably actually keep up with it in the 8 camera, which makes a bit of a change. Let's plonk ourselves just here and watch us. Very squeaky horn. There we go, just a single duplex rather than the dual units you'll traditionally see on. Still being held back at 270. Come on, it's 300s, but we've still got notice that we'll be going down to 270, I suspect. Where is this train? It must be a little way in front. There it is. It's obviously not going the quickest. We're quite a distance away from it now. So we'll just let it go out of... Yeah, see, we're still obviously close enough to it. I really want to get this up to 300 kilometers an hour. That's what this route is about. We must have left St Pancras and caught it up pretty quickly. We've got no time to be at Ashford by, so I think relatively speaking we are probably quite ahead of time, given that we're only 20 miles out, and yeah, not too far to go. We're well over halfway. And then we'll probably at a similar time enter into Ashford and see the offending Javelin in probably a different platform. But running along at 55 miles an hour or 90 kilometers an hour, it should give it plenty of opportunity to get away from us. But I have a feeling we will quite quickly catch it up. Because I think it probably is around 230-ish is the speed on high speed one of the Javelin. But obviously we're allowed to go much faster than that. We'll once we come out the other side of this tunnel, we will punch it up to 300 kilometers an hour and see if we can get to it. As I want to get to that top speed. It's a must. It feels, you know, really slow going at just 56 miles an hour in this TGV. We can definitely go quicker. Come on, when does this tunnel end? I'm ready to put that speed right up. But obviously all the time we're rolling along this tunnel, it's allowing that train in front of us to build a gap, so that's a good thing. It's a long tunnel, this one. There we go, I think we're coming to the exit of it now. See a bit of a light ahead of us. Or is that just bleeding through the tunnel? Yeah, it's just bleeding through the tunnel. But there's the proper exit. Right, as soon as we're out of this, we'll get that speed right up. Here we go. Let's punch it. We are max speed. Brakes fully released. I think we're going to be going into a downhill section as well, so that will help our acceleration. There's 150 kilometers an hour, or 100 miles an hour in just a second. We're only 19 miles from Ashford, so hopefully we can get to that magic 300. Almost at 200 kilometers an hour. You can see the strength of this acceleration in the TGV. It's absolutely amazing. We get uphill slightly here, which we're still accelerating actually, albeit probably not quite as much as it's going up a 2.5% gradient. It's quite challenging, but starting to ease up, level out now. We can continue our way up to 300. There's 150 miles an hour. And we're going in downhill, so this should really help us now. We're at 270. We've got the momentum, 275. 280. Yeah, easily going to get 300 as we've got a bit more of a downhill now. $290. And there is almost 295. Let's get some magic 300. Come on, get to 300. We're hovering around 295 at the moment. 296. There's 185 miles an hour, and we should be hitting 300 kilometers an hour. There it is. So we obviously gave a big enough gap for it to create a bit of distance between that train in front. Let's cruise along at 300 kilometers an hour. You can see just the miles are being eaten up now. I'm glad we eased off for a bit, made a bit of space, and then obviously we can absolutely hammer it now all the way to Ashford. So it's proper high speed running. I'm sure sure we're going to catch that train up in front of us very shortly, especially at this speed. We're under 10 miles to go now, almost 9. You can see at this speed how you can just eat those miles up. There we go. Let's get down to 270. So 8 miles out, we're starting to have to slow already. Or whether it's we've caught the train in front, that's quite possible. Yeah. Let's dab a brake here just to help us slow to 270. Okay, we're being held at 270 here. That's the first time we're seeing something else coming in the opposite direction, actually. It's been relatively quiet. Nice to see a 395 go by. There we go, I think we'll go hit down to 230. Probably a dab of brake. Going to head down to 200 now. Bit more brake, I think. Okay, there's 200. And we can continue to go down. I suspect around 150. Can never remember the step downs for this. Bit of braking still. We're only 3.5 miles out, so makes sense why we're slowing now. Suspect it might be 180 it holds us at. Oh no, 160, okay. Let's just notch up to there. Brakes are fully released and we'll hold ourselves at 160 for now. Or 99 miles an hour. It's been really fun to drive this TGV on Southeastern high speed. It's the first time I've done it, but it's been a really enjoyable ride. It would be nice to see a real clear run where we aren't being held back, and just to see how fast we could actually do Ashford or St Pancras to Ashford, or the other way around. We go down again. Go to 130, I think. We're under the speed limit, so we're all good. Yeah, we're really not far from Ashford now. And we're taking the turn in here. Turn out, should I say. 130, let's apply the brakes. We've got a yellow, so we need to be coming right down. Bit hard on the brakes. There we go. Here is Ashford, and you can see the offending. Yeah, we need to be braking a little bit more actually. Let's head all the way down to 0. You say is the offending 395 that was causing us to have to run slow. But you can also see in Ashford the 465s over to the right there, the railhead treatment train. This is what I love about the about Ashford. And as that 395 departs as well, that's pretty cool. I like it. Got a bit of everything going on at Ashford. Some 375s as well. As a 66 just leaving as well. Oh no, we need to just creep up a little bit more. That'll do. We'll apply the brakes actually, and that nicely concludes our run. And of course we've got a gold as well. So if you've enjoyed this one, why don't you hit that like button and also subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.